soldier, leading on the way, yeah, leading on the way, yeah.
First of all, I'm Marc I'm a financial advisor with Richmond Investments here in town, and we've been sponsoring the Jewish Food Festival. This is now the 4th year.
Yes.
And first year was in what park was that? Do you remember?
Vermont Park.
Vermont Park
On the water.
And then we had COVID, and we moved it over here to Rotary Park. But I've got Rabbi Moshe Lukens with me, and he's been the brainchild that has got this all going. So do you want to introduce yourself, Moshe, as far as who you are, what you do for the Center of Jewish Life, and then what got this food festival going?
Absolutely. So I'm Rabbi Moshe Lukens. My main role in the Pelt Center for Jewish Life is community engagement. So mainly, spearheaded by me and my wife. I, of course, want to include my wife in this too. Our goal is to connect with the community, to connect with the Jewish community and the general community as a whole. And, right when we moved, we're brainstorming different ways, because the Pelt Center for Jewish Life, Moshe, how long have you been here for?
I'm not here that long. I'm only here about 25 years.
Okay.
And
that's it? Just 25 years?
I've been here since shortly after I got married. I moved here, joined my dad. And one of the things that we've always done is found a way to connect in a fun social atmosphere, not to make it too rigid. We want to make Judaism fun and enjoyable, and let's spread the knowledge and the enjoyment. And Moshe and his wife Shana have broken all barriers and taken it to a new level with this food festival. It benefits not just the Jewish community but the entire community. It's incredible.
And that's why we have loved sponsoring this, because nothing brings people together better than food. And the beautiful thing about this food festival is I've seen people from all walks of life: Hindus, atheists, Jews, Christians, Muslims. They all come here, they all eat, they all have a good time, and they're able to connect with their fellow neighbor on a deeper level. And so I remember the first time I met Moshe. Moshe was he was hanging out at Meyer Foods. He was up in the front welcoming people, and he had made the best matzo ball soup I have ever had.
That was my wife.
That was your wife. Yeah. Oh, okay.
He was serving it.
He was serving it, but she made it. I appreciate that you were quick on the gun on that one. But yeah, it was the best matzo ball soup I ever had. And then we had connected at the Village Farmers Market, and you had started talking about, hey, you wanted to do this Jewish food festival, and I'm like, that's a great idea. And then it just kind of took off from there. So do you remember how many people you had at the first one?
We had like 2,500.
Okay.
3,000.
Which was way out of my expectations, because when he talked about this idea, I'm like, if you get 300 to 400, you should be happy. Okay. And he's like, no, this is big. And it was incredible to see the crowds turn out. And it was a new thing. It was brand new. And it's grown from there.
Yeah, and I remember the first year you'd ran out of food.
Yep.
And so, and I didn't get a chance to go to that. We just sponsored it, and I was out of town for a business trip, and he had given me all the details and showed me all the photos and how he was on the news and everything. And I was just blown away. And then the next year, COVID hit, and you were trying to figure out how do we do this and still keep people safe. And so tell me, what did you do during that COVID year? How did you guys keep this festival alive?
Well, it started throughout the whole entire year. We naturally just pivot.
Okay.
There's a situation going down. How can we, take advantage of the situation to make the best out of it? So throughout the year, we were going to people's homes, visiting them outside their home.
Okay.
And it was a great opportunity to connect with these individuals, whether they're, they didn't have their grandchildren visiting, so they viewed me as their grandchild, coming by. Or, we couldn't do the store thing anymore, which we saw, so we had to think of something else that would engage the general public. So we created for Hanukkah. Remember, we created a Hanukkah float. So again,
yes, I remember that you guys were driving around town. There was a Hanukkah parade
with a full decorated truck of Hanukkah scenes.
Okay.
He had built a giant frying pan with latkes in it.
Okay.
There was giant donuts. There was the whole scene of Hanukkah on the menorah on a truck with the music. It was incredible.
It was. And so, but the year of COVID, I remember that was kind of when it got moved here to Rotary Park here in Mequon. And the nice thing about this park was it had the layout where you could do drive-through. And so they had developed an app where people could order their food on the app. And it was virtually touchless, so people could just drive to the park if they wanted to find a spot and social distance in the park they could eat, or they could just drive through, get their food, and then go home. And then the following year, when COVID was over, we did it at the park again here, and I think we had broke the 3,000 mark then.
Last year we got close to 5,000.
Last year we got close to 5,000. I know so far today, this is the first day of the event. We've gotten over 2,000 people here through today, and we're only about halfway through the day here.
We didn't get dinner rush yet.
And so, can you tell me what we've got on the menu, and then what else we've got going on as far as entertainment tonight?
And then 4:30 we got Cedars 11 on.
Oh yeah, that should be nice.
He's out from California. Country folk, Jewish country folk.
Awesome.
Something unique, nice, and I guess perfect for the Midwest.
And I'm assuming you guys aren't planning yet for the 5th annual yet.
We have a date.
We got it. You have a date. You have a date.
August 6th and 7th.
August 6th or
Same
7th
place.
on the Gregorian calendar.
Yep.
And on the Hebrew calendar, do you know what those dates are?
It's the week after the 9th of Av.
So we're always going to do it pretty much the week after the 9th of Av, after we get through that 3-week fast season. And so, so for those of you who are familiar with that, then you can lock that into your calendar. For those that aren't, it's going to be pretty much around the end of July, beginning of August. And so, and we'll try to get as much info out there. And if you are in the area, please come on by, get some food, bring your family, bring the kids. There's all sorts of stuff. There's a little bit of shopping here.
Yeah.
They had entertainment for the kids. Can you tell me a little bit more about the entertainment for the kids?
Absolutely. I mean, we have quite a selection of inflatables.
Okay.
From Tots age, like there's a little ball pit and fun things for little kids, and then we got petting zoo, which is great even for a little bit older. I mean, everyone, anyone that enjoys animals. And then as well as we have yard games for the adults.
All right.
And constant shows.
And
the shows are fantastic today. The flyers are unbelievable.
Awesome.
Circus Boy, always popular.
Yep.
Kids love his shtick. He's good. He's been coming here for a long time.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been from the beginning.
And
It's a beautiful festival. It really is.
And the last thing, I'll wrap it up with this. You guys have been helping people, reconnect with some of their Jewish roots with tefillin. Did I pronounce
yep.
tefillin? And so it's to me, that's just wonderful. People can come out, and if they've never done that before, we've got the rabbis here that help instruct them through all of that, and it gives you a chance to kind of connect with your past.
Yep. And many of the guests here who are not Jewish came over. I was doing the booth with Discovery booth,
all right,
and asking questions, explaining what they're seeing this for the first time, or they've seen it before and they never had a chance to ask. And now they have a chance to understand and learn the culture and the traditions of the Jewish people. What is this tefillin? It goes on our arm next to our heart and our head next to our mind. That our mind and our heart should be connected to God, and that's what the world needs today, a little more than before, is people getting a little bit more, in tune to something spiritual, not just to go after our personal, inclinations, which are natural, but something a little bit more, a little bit above ourselves. And it was really enjoyable to speak with people from all religions.
And that's something
for me, it's always important that we're doing these things to help people connect with their community and their friends and their family. So thank you guys for putting this on every year, and I look forward to next year.
And thank you for being a strong supporter of this and many of the other projects in the community. It's really beautiful.
You are more than welcome. It is our pleasure to do that. So,
Thanks.
You guys have a great night.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
On the path, yeah, I'm a soldier leading on the way, yeah, leading on the way.